begin tonight's contest, we ask everyone in attendance to remember to show good sportsmanship throughout our event. Please respect the players, coaches,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rob Gantz. I'm here with Billy Orr. We would like to welcome you to tonight's coverage presented by Lebco Sports and YG Productions of tonight's state play-in game between the Conestoga Christian School Cougars and the New Covenant Christian School Flames. The Flames come in with a record of 17-7. They had just recently lost last week in their district quarterfinal match here on this floor. And then we have the Conestoga Cougars, who are coming in at 14-9. Excuse me. We're excited to watch this. We met with the coaches earlier today. And Billy, can you tell us a little bit about what the coaches said were their keys to the game?
Yeah, for New Covenant, Coach Cantor talked about playing defense, and then also getting off to a fast pace. And the last one is just the trust of his teammates. Their last game when I was here, I actually saw the game, and their defense was questionable at times. And what ended up happening was they were getting beat on the press. And as a coach, as a former coach, you should not be having a team beat you on a wide open press like that.
Right, and I just want to touch on something you had said about trusting the teammates. One thing that's going to be difficult for New Covenant tonight is they are without senior star Ben Ryan, who came to New Covenant from Cedar Crest, and due to PIAA transfer regulations, he's unable to participate in any of the PIAA games. What do you think that does to a team knowing they're playing without their star?
That's not where I thought the question was going. I thought you were going to ask what do I think about the PIAA rule. That's for a different conversation.
That is for a different a different forum.
Yeah.
So what do you think it does as from a coaching perspective? What does that do to the team?
So, look, they knew that going into this game. They've known it all year long. It wasn't like he got hurt. I think if he was a player that got hurt and you're without him for an injury standpoint, then that makes a big difference. But they played all year long knowing that he couldn't play in these games. So his teammates should know about it, and they should have been playing and being ready for it.
And being mentally prepared.
Yeah, so the coaching staff should have been prepared. Now, as far as a teammate, it hurts. I mean, Ben was a big part of this team all year long. So what they need to do is they need to find someone else. And the team needs to gel together and really step up. Somebody needs to step up. And in the last game that they played, Summers really came through. And he got hot. And they're going to need that again tonight.
And when you say find somebody else, Coach Cantor said he's going to rely heavily on Graydon Summers and Braden Demler tonight. They're going to be two players that we want to keep our eyes on for New Covenant. But what did Coach Stallard have to say for his Cougars to win tonight's game?
So he gave us three things. He said first they want to eliminate the double negatives. So, don't complicate a turnover by making a foul or anything of that nature. The other one was to just get to the next play. If you turn it over, so many kids get down on themselves. It's the next play. Don't worry about it. You can't change what just happened. It's the next play. And then lastly, he talked about just honor and glory God as it is a Christian-based school.
Right. Yeah, so, and he also said that we want to watch with Wyatt Schramm and Josh Botha. So there's going to be two players that we're going to watch for them. These two teams met earlier in the year at a Conestoga tournament in which Conestoga won the title, cut down the nets. Coach Cantor says he would like to have revenge on them tonight. We're going to see how that plays out. We're going to take a short break. Then we will be back with the action of tonight's PIAA state play-in game. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our coverage here of the PIAA state play-in game here between the Conestoga Cougars and the New Covenant Christian Flames. They're just finishing up their starters announcements, so we'll go over the starters for you. First, starting with the visiting Conestoga Cougars, we have number 2, Michael Watkins. He's a junior guard. Number 3, Wyatt Schramm is a junior guard as well. Number 5, Josh Botha, he's a senior guard. Then they also have Cade Fuller, sophomore guard, and number 40, Weston Miller, is a senior forward. And then the starters for New Covenant, we have Grant Kanakis, he's a senior forward. freshman Braden Demler. We have sophomore Ethan Schetzel, junior Graydon Summers, and then we have junior guard Lincoln Hess. So we are getting ready to start this game here at New Covenant, where the winner will make it to the state playoffs. The tip is won by Kanakis, and it goes over to Summers. Kick ball right away there by Conestoga. Will be out of bounds on the sideline here, near side. Summers is going to be bringing in. Demler's in the backcourt.
Lincoln Hess is wide open in this zone.
Yeah, he was wide open down there in the corner.
If they can find him early, he could potentially be a big threat.
Summers missed that shot, rebounded up. Kanakis with the offensive board. Tried to find Schetzel out there in the corner, and it was out of bounds. So it will be a turnover there, Conestoga Cougars. We were just here Friday night for the girls' version of this game. And that one, New Covenant girls won against the Conestoga Cougars to advance to the district semifinals, which they'll play tomorrow night here on this floor. We had a foul there by Kanakis, his first. They're going to the free throw line, Josh Bota. Missed that one off the front iron. Shot number 2 coming up here. Missed them both, so score still stays 0-0. Lincoln Hess is in the corner. Tried to find Summers up top. It's turned over. That's a three-pointer off the front iron. Long rebound. It's rebounded there by Botak. Kicked out. That ball goes off of Weston Miller. I can hear the crowd yelling, block out, block out. Coach, what are you seeing from them when the shots are going up right now?
That is the thing that New Covenant's done most of the year is they do need to block out a little bit better, and especially their guards on some different shots, and they have another turnover. That's going to keep hurting them.
It is. They need to settle it down a little bit. And for those of you who aren't sure, I said coach. My name Rob Gantz here with Billy Orr. He used to coach and assist coach at the Lebanon Catholic boys team. He was a star for that team when he played. He scored over 1,400 points for them. So excited to have a good perspective and someone who's played the game, coached the game. It's always helpful on the broadcast when we have somebody with that wisdom to share with everybody here.
Well, I really appreciate you having me tonight, Rob, and it's good to be here with you.
And that foul was on Lincoln Hess, his first. Three-pointer up straight away, short. That was up by Wyatt Schramm.
Another offensive rebound.
Yeah, Coach Kaner's going to be frustrated if they keep getting offensive rebounds like this against them. Watkins was up top. Over to Schramm for 3. Long rebound, rebounded by Summers. He was one of the guys Coach Kaner told us to watch.
There you go.
Big 3 there by freshman Braden Demler. Takes the lead to 3-0. Speaking of Braden Demler, he is one of 2 of the New Covenant boys that have won the Lebco Athlete of the Week this season for basketball. He won it earlier in the year, and then so did Graydon Summers. So again, those are the 2 players Coach Kantner wanted us to keep an eye on tonight, and you can see why as Demler hit that 3 on the wing to get the scoring started.
Well, if New Covenant is going to get off to a fast start, they need Demler to step up. And I have had the pleasure of talking with him before as a freshman. Sometimes freshmen get worried about taking too many shots or being too influential. And the big thing that I've told him is just step up, and just be himself. He's a very talented player. He's got a bright future in front of himself, and he just needs to shoot a little bit more. You got a 1-3-1 right here by Conestoga.
So when you go to a 1-3-1, what's the rationale behind a 1-3-1?
It's a bigger zone, and it helps protect against the three-point shot a little bit more. It slows teams down, and the one big thing you don't want to do is go to the corner.
All right, so we had a foul there. We're going to take a look at that one again. We're going to take a look after this free throw. Oh, sorry, we ended up getting it there beforehand. You could see that Kanakis went up. He got fouled on the shot. He missed the first one while we were taking a look at that replay. Has a chance to make it a 4-point lead here. Made that one. So it is 4-0 now in favor of New Covenant. Nice shot there by Josh Bota. He went up to bring it 4-2. Summers had it poked away. Conestoga's trying to move quick. They slow it down though. Got a clear cross-court pass. Cade Fuller on the drive, kicks it back out to Schramm. Goes back down.
Oh, nice block.
It was blocked there by Summers. Summers, he tries his luck from downtown. Didn't fall.
Ooh.
Looked incidental, but his feet were moving, so that is going to be a foul there on Summers. Score is still 4-2 in favor of New Covenant with 4:44 left in the first quarter. And we were talking a little bit about freshman Braden Demler, and you were saying how he just needs to be himself, not be afraid to shoot. And that's something that kind of runs in his family. Is his sister Quinn, a junior on the girls' team, ended up eclipsing over 1,400 points on her career and is now the all-time leading scorer for both boys and girls here at New Covenant. She still has a year to play. It makes me wonder if her brother could be on a similar trajectory if he starts to shoot a little bit more.
It's possible. It's definitely possible.
A drive there by Michael Watkins to tie it up. Summers on the wing. Good defense there. Finds Hess down below. Goes back out to Summers. Shoots the three from the corner. Long. Schetzel with the offensive rebound. Demler tries his luck from downtown again. Didn't get that one. Kept alive by Hess. Demler on the wing. Drives, stops. Gets called for the walk there.
I think he did take a step on that one.
I think he was dribbling and got kind of lost in where he was.
Yeah, that zone gave him a little bit of a trouble.
Didn't know what to do once he got down on the baseline. Bota drives, kicks back out up top. Watkins gives it to Schramm on the wing, up to Miller. Over to Fuller, drives, block. Ball went off of Demler after the block, out of bounds, stays here. We're going to take a look at that one again. So Miller kicks it over to Fuller, who drives. Got met by both Kanakis and Demler defensively. Talon Vanderplag comes in there. Miller goes up.
There's another foul.
It is another one. Who's it going to be? I think both Summers and Kanakis have one
I think it's on Kanakis.
It was on Kanakis. That's going to be his second. Weston Miller at the line with a chance to take the lead for Conestoga. Makes the first. Brings the score to 5-4 in favor of Conestoga. We're excited. We're here with this game. This is not the only Lebanon County team playing tonight as we are at Lebco Sports. We also have games that are out there where we have the Northern Lebanon girls are going up against top-seeded DeLone Catholic, and the Cedar Crest boys are on the road out at Cedar Cliff. If we get those scores updates, we will share them with you so you can be aware of what's happening around the county. Miller made both free throws, though. It is 6-4, and it looks like they called an offensive foul there.
No, it was a turnover.
Oh, he's just stepped on the line.
It went out of bounds.
Apologies.
But this 1-3-1 zone is really giving New Covenant some trouble right here.
So in your time as a player and a coach, how would you combat a 1-3-1 zone?
Hope that we don't have to face it. It is an interesting zone, and it really depends on how many players you have and the type of players that you have. But like anything, it's attack the gaps and get to the middle.
Miller kept it alive there. Demler then intercepted it, and looks like he was fouled there on the play. We're going to take a look at that one again as Demler was fouled on the play.
Fouled. He was ran over. That was a pretty hard hit.
You can see he gathered the ball there, and then he was run into pretty hard there by Luke Hill for the foul. There's the Vanderpog in the corner. Up to Hess. Oh, looks down to Summers.
It's a good look,
with the reverse. Nice finish there. Excellent pass by Hess and good finish there by Summers to tie it up at 6 with 2:40 left in the first quarter.
Switch.
Luke Hill was up, didn't get it. Ball goes out of bounds off Vanderpog. It's going to stay Conestoga's ball. Substitutes coming in. We have Michael Watkins coming back in for Cade Fuller. Bota's got it driving. Pulls up. They've got to get a body on somebody when the ball goes up. Or else it's going to be a long night. Schramm with the ball up at the top.
I think that's like 4 or 5 offensive rebounds already.
At least, and we're only in the first quarter. It's
know.
not going to be good. Oh, nice pass there by Miller down to Luke Hill. Good reverse layup finish.
Luke Hill for 2.
Summers brings it up, trailing 8-6. Over to Demler. Still in the zone. That ball got picked off by Bota. Drives coast to coast. Finishes a 4-point lead.
Okay. Nope.
I think coach needs to tell them not to pick up their dribble so much if they're not being pressured, too. That's making it harder for them. Long 3 missed by Vanderpog. Rebounded by Hess. Looks, kicks out to Demler. Over to Hess. Drives. Summers in the corner. Thought about it. Move up top to Schaefer.
Oh, they called a foul here.
Okay. So ball stays.
So in this 1-3-1, the point is if it goes to the corner, you trap. So if it's up top, you trap. You try to slow them down by having them throw the ball back and forth at the top. And you're kind of protecting the three-point line so that they can't shoot. You're forcing them to play you inside.
Okay, that makes sense then. So they're trying to say beat us down low because they don't think that they can do it.
Right.
Schaefer with the ball. Another foul there by Luke Hill. He picks up his second one pretty quickly. And we're going to take a look at that one again because he didn't get his feet set. So the ball goes right in there to Schaefer. He went for the drive. Hill just stuck his leg out a little bit, caught him with his knee. Ball goes into Summers, up to Vanderpog. Over to Schaefer, over to Hess there. Down to Summers, right up at the rim, good bucket. Another great pass from Hess to Summers for the bucket. 10-8 now with 1 minute left in the first quarter. It's a good drive. Excellent finish and crossover there by Josh Bota to get to the rim and finish. Brings it to 8-12. Hess was trying to find Schaefer. Out to Summers in the corner, shoots a 3. Good rebound by Vanderpog, falls down. Called a foul there on number 11, Cade Fuller. That will send. So we are going to stick here as he's about to shoot for the free throw line. This will be Talon Vanderpog going to the line because they are now in bonus.
This first quarter has been pretty physical. The refs are doing a pretty good job of keeping it, trying to keep control of this game, but you can tell it's getting pretty chippy and a little physical there.
I think what's evident is that you know the winner gets to play another day. If you lose, your season's over.
Yeah, there's got to always be, as a player, there's got to be a little more fight in there.
Vanderpog makes both to cut the deficit to 2. It is 12-10 with 30 seconds left. When you were in your playing days and coaching, would you say to hold for the final shot here, knowing you have a lead on the road?
Yeah. Again, yes. Most of the time we would, and if it was under 20 seconds or so, we would probably delay and take a final shot. But sometimes, if your offense is going, you just go. You just trust your offense and get up a shot.
Yeah, Bota trusted the offense there. Took the 3. Demler kept it alive very nicely as he couldn't grab it, but he did get it over to Summers. Now, New Covenant has the ball with 12 seconds left, chance to either tie or take the lead as the quarter comes to a close. Hess has it. Demler with 5 seconds. Looks
the corner's
Summers
wide
for
open.
3. Hess with the rebound goes back
Nope.
up. Little late, wouldn't have counted even if it went. That will bring our first quarter to a close. New Covenant trailing 12-10. And we're going to take a little second to talk about some of our sponsors. So we have 2 new sponsors tonight. Our first sponsor that we want to talk about that is the main reason that we have our broadcast this evening is All Wine Carpet, One Floor and Home. So this broadcast is sponsored by All Wine Carpet, One Floor and Home. It is family owned and operated since 1978. All Wines has more than carpet, everything from hardwood, luxury, vinyl, tile, custom showers, and Hunter Douglas blinds. Visit them on Route 422 in Annville. Another sponsor we want to talk about tonight is Hands On Nursing. They are your local Lebanon County resource. They come alongside to provide support and care served with compassion and respect. The family has been providing personalized care to our neighbors for 17 years, and they've lived here even longer. They handle services as simple as light housekeeping and companionship to as complex as skilled nursing and hospice care. Our professionally screened and trained personal care assistants and nurses quickly begin services whenever and wherever needed. Medical facilities and schools also rely on hands-on nursing professionals to fill staffing gaps on short notice. They know that they can trust our caregivers to administer expert and compassionate service in any situation. You can trust them too. So very big thank you to All Wine Carpet and to Hands On Nursing bringing us this broadcast tonight at New Covenant of the Conestoga Christian School Cougars against the New Covenant Christian School Flames.
Looks like New Covenant came out in the zone now a little bit themselves.
Yeah, it looks like they're in a 2-3. Three-pointer there was off by Wyatt Schramm. Rebounded by Graydon Summers. Foul is called. Player's not happy about that call, but it was on number 40, Weston Miller.
Well, as a coach, that's one of the toughest fouls. It's 90 feet from the basket. You know, number 40 picked up a second foul, and now you may have to take him out of the game or rest him for a minute, and he was 90 feet from the basket.
When I was doing the game on Friday night with head coach of the boys team, Matt Kanner, was with me as we were watching the girls game. He said the same exact thing you just did when there was a foul, 94 feet from the floor, unnecessary, and it's one of those that you have to live without as a player, and you want to live without as a coach.
There's nothing wrong with picking up a foul, but make them count. 90 feet from the basket is not a good foul. You know, I have a 3rd and 4th grade girls team that I coach too, and they're so scared of fouling. I'm like, hey, you get 5 of them. You know, you can use 4. You just can't use the 5th one.
Right,
so
exactly.
It's not a bad thing, but don't use it on 90 feet from the basket.
Right, when you're 90 feet away, that makes it hard. Turnover there. Yama Navarro down, reaches for it. They had a jump ball, good hustle there. The ball will stay with New Covenant. We're going to take a look at that one again. That was excellent hustle by Navarro.
But watch at the end of it if the replay goes far enough. They pick his leg up. Little chippy here. They pick his leg up as at the end of it.
It was hard to see. Vanderplag was kind of blocking the camera view there. Didn't see that part, but you could see Navarro was upset about something. I'm glad you were able to see it because I did not.
Oh, as a former player, I see all those little things because I probably did it 90% of the time.
Schetzel attempted the 3 there. It was a little long. Summers poked it away, but it will stay with Conestoga. Summers poked that away there from Josh Bota. Michael Watkins brings it in, gives it up to Wyatt Schramm up top. Bota in the corner. Bota for 3. Long. Rebounded again.
Another offensive board.
By Luke Hill.
Another one. It's going to be a long night for New Covenant if they can't rebound.
I mean, Michael Watkins just had 2 offensive rebounds from his own misses on that possession. Almost had a 3rd. Summers goes down to Vanderpog, kicks up to Schetzel. Back out to Vanderpog for 3. Long. Rebounded by Hess. Hess goes back up, blocked there by Hill. Going long. Nice catch there by Bota. Watkins for 3. Short. Rebounded by Summers. Coach Kanner calls the game's first timeout. With that timeout, too, we want to talk a little bit about YG Productions. They help bring this coverage of Lebco Sports live to us. We'd like to thank YG Productions for making our coverage possible in our first season. Whether you're looking for photos or videos to remember your big event, or you want to stream live to your fans, YG Productions has you covered. They will put in the time and effort required to make your project something special. Visit their website and see their portfolio at ygproductions.org, and also a big shout out to lebcosports.com. They serve as the leading source for Lebanon County athletic news. Our mission is simple, to celebrate our local athletes. We would like to thank them and Dan Rao for their support this season. So Coach Cantor called that timeout there, Billy. Why do you think he wanted that timeout in that moment?
Oh, I think he's frustrated that his team can't get a defensive rebound. So, and then they're going down to the other end of the floor, and this zone is giving them a little bit of a trouble, and they're turning the ball over. So, right now, that was one of the keys for the other team, for Conestoga, to limit the double negatives. And right now, New Covenant's doing a lot of that.
You're right. It's something you wouldn't expect with the home team. Big pass there by Demler to Hess. Good bucket. Ties it up at 12. This game's now tied at 12 apiece. Some scores from around the county and around the league. Cedar Crest boys, they're losing 12-9 after 1 to Cedar Crest. And the Northern Lebanon girls were down 12-5 after 1 to top-seeded DeLone Catholic. Big three there by Wyatt Schramm takes the lead to 15-12 for Conestoga. Over to Demler on the wing. Summers in the corner to tie it up. No. Going deep. Caught by Bota. Summers fell down. And Demler went up.
He's going to get a sec. I don't know if that's his second or not, but
we're going to take a look at that one again. This is one of those where you say make the foul count. He made sure they weren't going to get the bucket.
It was close, but yeah.
Good hustle by Demler to get back and make sure he didn't get the bucket. We have a new behind the backboard camera tonight that we checked out that you could see there as we were getting ready to shoot that free throw. It's a cool angle to see the game from, especially when we're shooting those free throws. Josh Bota made that one, takes the lead to 4. Leads 5 as he makes both, 17-12 with 4:50 left in the quarter. Demler's looking to slow it down. Over to Summers. Shetz on the wing. Over to Demler for 3. Is short. Good rebound there by Shetzel out to Summers. Crossover drives. Finds Kanakis down low. Excellent pass by Summers to Kanakis. 17-14 now. Lead is 3 for Conestoga. Fuller's up top. Gives the ball to Watkins. Watkins drives. Good rebound there by Summers. Excellent defense as they rotated to force a tough shot. Summers with the Euro step. Kanakis at the corner. Thought about the 3. Put it on the floor. Got it taken away. Comes up to Fuller. Crosses, goes all the way with the left hand. Couldn't get it to fall. Kanakis rebounds, gets it right out to Summers. I know Coach Cantor said he wanted to play fast. They are moving up and down, but sometimes it's leading to those mistakes.
Well, as a coach, that's not playing fast. There's too many turnovers. And quite honestly, I had just written down here that Conestoga was actually the one playing fast up until about the last minute.
Coach Stallard called a timeout there. It's a full timeout. We're going to take a short break here, and we will be back with you after our commercial. All right, we are back here, and out of that commercial break, very quickly we had a New Covenant turnover which went right out of bounds out of the Conestoga timeout. That's going to be frustrating for Coach Cantner. But now Conestoga has the ball up 5 with 3.5 left in the first half. They're moving the ball quickly. Fuller has it up top. Over to Bota. Pick step by Hill. Bota went the other way and then pulled up from the elbow. Came up a little bit short with the jumper. Summers over to Hess. Demler out on the wing, looking to slow it down. Looking for a trap. And we have a jump ball. And possession arrow is favoring Conestoga. It will be Conestoga's ball. We're going to take a look at that one again. So it looked like there was a little bit of aggression, like we said. It's getting chippy out there.
Yeah, but if you watch, Summers actually started that. That could have been an offensive foul. I know the crowd here is wanting a foul, but that could have been actually a foul on Summers.
I'm not going to lie. I thought when they blew the whistle they were going to call an offensive foul at first because it looked like he lowered his shoulder.
Oh, yeah, he definitely did.
Hill drives. Stopped in the middle. Navarro went to trap. Fuller drives. Goes up with the left. Rebounded by Vanderplag. Demler with the ball on the wing now. Hess out in the corner. Finds Kanakis at the free throw line. And we have a foul on Luke Hill. If I'm correct, that will be his third foul.
Foul number 24, Luke Hill.
And it is his third.
Weston Miller.
And he comes out with Weston Miller coming back in for him. New Covenant's ball on their own baseline. Vanderplag has it on the wing. Goes up to Demler. Kanakis at the free throw line with his back to the basket. Demler at the wing. Drives, finds Navarro out. Back out to Demler on the wing. He's bringing it the whole way out now, being double teamed. Finds Vanderplag. Over to Hess. Back up to Kanakis. Navarro at the little on the wing. A little long on that shot. Rebounded by Fuller. Schramm bringing it down. Finds Miller on the wing. Thought about the three and then decided didn't need it. Up 5. Cade Fuller out on the wing. Guarded by Vanderplag. Little floater blocked there by Kanakis. Way to step up. Demler had it poked away, but they're going to call a foul. Players are not happy with the officiating right now. Almost every call, hands are going up.
That time the Conestoga coach's hands went up. He was not exactly happy about that one either. It was a delay call.
So the ball was rolling away pretty far before they blew the whistle.
Yeah.
So I can understand the consternation on both sides. Kanakis back to the basket. Up to Demler. Back down to Kanakis on the pick and roll. What's the call? They're calling blocking foul. It's going to be 2 shots for Kanakis, and again, there's some frustration from Conestoga as that foul was on Michael Watkins. We're going to look at it again because he was frustrated by the call. What do you see on the pick and roll?
The defender was there. That's a tough call.
And it's tough, too, because at least in the NBA and college, they have that little arc that's painted down so you know, hey, you're too close to the basket. We don't have that in high school. Kanakis missed the first, still a 5-point game. Summers is coming in for Hess.
As a coach, that kills you too. You're down 5, and New Covenant has missed quite a few foul shots at this point.
They made that one though, so that cuts the lead to 4, 15-19 with 1:25 left in the first half. Possession arrow is with New Covenant. 3 is up and long, rebounded there by Navarro. Picked up by Summers. Has Vanderplag in the corner. He thought about the shot, drives, what's the call? Ball got stuck up there on the mat. Don't see that every day. So it stays at the baseline with New Covenant, trailing by 4. If they get fouled again, they will go to the stripe as there are 4 fouls already on Conestoga this quarter. Vanderplag had it at the 3, thought about it, but he lost the handle. Demler with the poke. He averages about 2.5 steals a game, so that was a nice steal there. Way to keep the dribble alive. And it will stay New Covenant ball as it went off of Miller.
The official did a good job there. Demler was losing his step, and the other player came up, and Miller. So it was a good no call.
Demler with it on the wing. I think Miller wanted it to go out of bounds, saying it was off of Demler. That's what his frustration was. I didn't see it, though. Summers has his 3-attempt block, but he's stuck with it, got it back. Ball's on the floor. We're going to call it jump ball. Possession error, like I said earlier.
But even so, look, they're still tied up. They are still tied up.
We're going to take a look at that one again because I want to see them stay tied up.
They were still tied up. If you watch, Summers and Miller are tied up here. Miller's not even part of it until now.
And then he wasn't letting go.
No.
Vanderplag with a long three, rebounded by Navarro. Out to Summers, top of the key, three short. Demler has it, pulls up from the elbow. Couldn't get that one to drop.
Rob, has New Covenant made a three since Demler's opening three?
I don't think they have made one since that opening three. I know they've taken quite a few, which was not part of Coach Kantner's game plan, was launch up threes all night. Miller's got it. Goes up to Bota, drives, gets the bucket, 21-15. The one thing that I'd be worried about New Covenant is they start. Are they going to start to be down?
Wait, are they going to put any time on the clock here?
Let's see.
I think Conestoga is arguing that they should put half a second on the clock here. All right, they're not putting any time on.
No, I think, they're going to halftime. We're going to take a look at a couple highlights just from this first half. There were some. I think we're going to start. Oh, you know what? We thought that was a three, but it was not. This is the one.
Look at how Conestoga is pushing the ball, though. I mean, they're looking to run as soon as the shot goes up and they get the rebound. They're looking to run.
Yeah, and then they're making those threes. And they've also had so many second chance points. We had talked about offensive rebound after offensive rebound. When New Covenant had success, it was doing what we just saw in that replay, was driving and getting a pass down. Right. So there was a little drive coast to coast. It was an exciting first half. Not the way Coach Kantner drew it up when he was looking at it and gave us his plays. So we're going to see what they end up doing at halftime and how they talk about it. We're going to take a short break, and we will be back with you to start the second half.
You better listen up if you want to keep his love. I'm going to show you just what to do until the end.
Life moves fast, and injuries can stop you in your tracks. At Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, we're here when life happens, from sprains and breaks to pain that won't quit. No appointment needed with our walk-in urgent care. State-of-the-art care, expert surgeons, and physical therapy to get you moving again, all under one roof. Trusted in Central Pennsylvania since 1972, caring for families, athletes, and neighbors across our 5 convenient locations. Don't let pain slow you down. Visit OALFixedBones.com to save your spot online today.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast. LebcoSports.com is your headquarters for all things Lebanon County sports. Scores, recaps, and stories behind the athletes and teams you care about the most. When the final buzzer sounds, head over to LebcoSports.com and catch up on everything you might have missed. Then, make sure you follow along for what's coming next.
wanna keep his love, I'm gonna show you just what to do. Until the
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our Lebco Sports Live coverage of this PIAA state playing game between the Conestoga Christian School Cougars and the New Covenant Christian School Flames. It is 21-15 at halftime in favor of Conestoga, and right now is not a good night for Lebanon County sports as Cedar Cliff is beating Cedar Crest 24-21 at halftime. And then DeLone Catholic is beating the Northern Lebanon girls 23-13. I have a couple stats just to run through for this first half. For the visiting Cougars, Michael Watkins had 2. They were led by Josh Bota with 12 points. That's who Coach Stallard told us was the player to watch. And the other player he gave us was Wyatt Schramm. He scored 3. And then Luke Hill, Weston Miller, and Michael Watkins contributed with 2 apiece. Scoring's pretty flat for New Covenant. Kanakis and Summers had 4. Demler had 3. He hit the first 3 of the game. Hasn't been on the scoreboard since. And then Hess and Vanderplug with 2 apiece. Coaches told us their keys to win the game before the game. How do you think they're living up to those expectations, Billy?
Conestoga's doing okay with that. They're limiting the double negative plays. Their next play up. New Covenant here, though, they're having some problems. The 1-3-1 zones presenting problems to them. They weren't playing fast until maybe the last couple minutes. But when they are playing fast, they are getting turnovers.
Yeah.
They're committing turnovers, and that's what's starting to hurt them.
Yeah, they had more of the double negatives than Conestoga, which is a little bit astounding for the home team here. But we are underway with Conestoga having the ball. It's up top with Fuller. Over to Schramm, thought about the 3, gives it to Miller. Schramm thinking about the 3 again, but was guarded tightly by Kanakis. Gets the bucket the foul. That's a chance for 3-point play.
That's 3 on him, I think.
We're going to take a look at that one again so you can see the drive and the foul call.
That's 3 on Kanakis, and that hurts. He is their senior leader, and he does help them. But 21 seconds into the second half, he picks up his 3rd foul. As a coach, that's a tough one.
He was trying to get an explanation there from the official. The official wasn't going to explain it because Grant Kanakis just kept saying, I was straight up. He jumped into me. The officials wasn't having any of the conversation. Ball goes down to Kanakis.
Now that could have been a foul there. That might have been a foul as well.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the frustration here. Miller for 3, long, rebounded by Kanakis. Demler's bringing it up, down by 9. The spin move gives it up to Kanakis. Thought about the 3 again. Finds Summers in the corner. The spin move off his leg, goes out of bounds.
Another turnover.
Yep, I think they're getting those double negatives, and I would say some of their frustration probably that they're feeling is they're feeling the heat of not having their senior leader, Ben Ryan, out there with them. Like you said, though, they knew that was the case. I just think it seems like something they weren't fully ready for and having that mental block of not having their star. Summers with the pull-up 3.
Well, and you watch Summers just shoot another 3 there. They're struggling with – New Covenant's struggling with this 1-3-1 zone, and now they've started to settle for 3s. They're just shooting 3s, but honestly, I don't think they've hit one since the opening one that Demler hit.
Right, and that's something that, Ryan would provide. He's averaging about 21 points a game. A bunch of those were from 3-pointers. Demler tried the 3, was off the left iron there. Ball goes out of bounds off of Kanakis. Will be Conestoga ball. It's 15-24.
You wonder if this 1-3-1 zone has really started to mentally take its toll on New Covenant and taking them kind of out of their game. You watch them, and they look a little flat, honestly.
And that's a big bucket there by Cade Fuller. Extends the lead now to double digits, 26-15. Hess for 3, long. Rebounded by Fuller.
And nobody gets back.
And Josh Bota was out on the break.
That's got to make Coach Cantor really mad.
Yeah, Coach Cantor not happy. He's getting the substitute up. Vanderplog's getting ready to come in. Over to Hess. Back up to Demler up top. Hess on the wing. Demler up top, 4-3. That one I thought it was going to rim in, didn't. Kanakis with the rebound, finds his way, goes up, and gets the bucket. Huge shot there to stop the bleeding a little bit. Kanakis with a chance for a three-point play. We're going to take a look at that one again.
Michael Watkins checking in for the Flames, number 11. Tyler Vanderblock at the line for the Flames, shooting 2-21.
Kanakis at the line. You see that behind the rim cam. Short. Summers had the offensive rebound, they lost it. Taken away by Michael Watkins. Schramm brings it down. Crowd's trying to get the team into it with the defense chance getting started. 3 there by Fuller. Short and out of bounds. Will be New Covenant's ball. Luke Hill comes back in for Michael Watkins for Conestoga. Demler's bringing the ball down. Down by 11 with 5 minutes left. Into Kanakis. Went out wide to Hess. Vanderpog with the bucket there, cuts the lead back down to 9. Summers intercepted but lost it off his knee as they were trying to find Josh Botah down on the wing. I think if they can get a couple stops, they're still in this game. It's not out of reach.
There's a lot of time left. A game being down 9, game can change quickly.
Miller went up and under, didn't get it. Summers with the rebound. Miller's frustrated about the foul. Coach Stoller's also frustrated. He's talking to his players saying, hey, calm down. That's his 3rd. So he's going to come out of the game in favor of Michael Watkins coming back in. And I remember a couple weeks ago, the New Covenant girls were down by 9 with 3 minutes left in the game, and they came back and won that one in overtime. So it's not out of reach here. Demler thought about the 3, kicks it over to Vanderpog. Short.
But here they go. Here goes Conestoga.
Botah went up. No one got the rebound. Botah got his own rebound. There was 3 white jerseys down there, but Botah managed to get it. It's over to Fuller. Finds Schramm on the wing. Up to Watkins. Hill looks for a cutting Botah. Got it back, goes up and under. Found Watkins. Was altered there by Kanakis. Summers up on the drive. And one! What a spin move and finish there by Graydon Summers. We're going to take a look at that one again. That was a huge spin move and finish. See, excellent rebound. Look up by Hess. There's a spin, drive, absorbs the contact by Schramm. Chance to cut the lead to 6 from the line. He doesn't, but Kanakis keeps it alive. Oh, but it does then. Goes out to Fuller. Hill has it up top. Back over to Fuller. Hill's up top. Finds Schramm on the wing. He shoots a long 3, well short, and then went off Hill's foot and out of bounds to go to New Covenant.
You know, you start wondering if that spin move by Summers and cutting this to a 7-point lead starts getting this crowd back into it and wakes New Covenant up a little bit.
It could be. I mean, and they are on their home floor, which has to help. And if you ever need flooring and you're in the local area, we can only talk highly about All Wine Carpet One Floor and Home. They are one of our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. This broadcast is proudly sponsored by All Wine Carpet One. It is family owned and operated since 1978. All Wines has more than carpet. Everything from hardwood, luxury vinyl, tile, custom showers, and Hunter Douglas blinds. Please visit them on Route 422 in Annville. And we couldn't bring this to you tonight without our friends at YG Productions. They are outstanding. They make our coverage possible in our first season. Whether you're looking for photos or videos to remember your big event or want to stream live to your fans, YG Productions has you covered. So thank you to YG Productions. If you want to see their portfolio, go to ygproductions.org. Summers has it on the wing. Demler up top It's a 7-point lead. They can cut it to 5 or 4 and have a turnover there. This is intercepted by Schramm. He slows it down a little bit. Fuller has it on the wing. They're in no rush. Over to Hill. The crossover up. Takes a shot. What's the call? They're calling a foul there on number 24, Alex Schaefer. That's going to be his first. Luke Hill will be at the line.
Shooting 2 for the Cougars, number 24, Luke Hill.
He was short there on that shot, so could have been a good foul. He was close to the bucket. Misses both, rebounded by Schaefer, so no harm done with that foul. Hess brings it down over to Summers on the wing. Down to Schaefer, kicks it out to Demler at the corner for 3. Off the front iron, rebounded by Hess.
Oh, good cut.
Demler on the cut. Excellent pass by Hess. I'll tell you what, Lincoln Hess has made great pass after great pass tonight on guys with back cuts. That right there, I think, was his 3rd assist off finding somebody back cutting.
He sees those lanes, and if his teammates can get there, you know, that's about the part about trusting your teammates. You trust them to be there and get that done.
And the pump fake there by Schramm got Demler off his feet and then drew the foul, so he'll go to the line for 2.
Foul number 13, Brayden Demler. His second, team
On those, you want to close out and just stay on your feet. It's hard when you leave your feet on a pump fake. Schramm makes that one, puts the lead back up to 6, 29-23 with 2:33 left in the third. Makes them both, 7-point game. Summers has it, finds Hess on the corner, drives, a little bit short there. Rebounded by Watkins. Schramm's bringing it down. He pulls up, no one closed out, missed it, rebounded by Demler. He's looking up. No one's gonna, goes out to Hess. Finds Schaefer at the free throw line, back up to Demler up top. Gives it to Summers on the handoff. Schaefer sets a pick, not used by Summers. Over to Hess, back out to Summers quickly, into the middle to Hess, or to Schaefer, excuse me, but it was turned over, Bota on the break. Good defense by Demler to force a tough shot, but rebounded again by Bota. Finishes it up by 9, 32-23. Summers has it, almost lost it. Into the middle, Schaefer goes up, gets it blocked a little bit, rebounded by Watkins. Minute and 25 left, it's a 9-point game. Hess intercepted the backdoor cut pass. It goes behind his back, dribbles, no one is stopping him, finds Demler out on the wing. Drives, goes up and under, finger roll, and good.
And he was looking for the foul there, and it was questionable. He could have had one.
Yeah, I thought there was a little bit of contact, but you know what? He went through the contact, made the finish, got the bucket. That was important. Watkins has it, kicks it over to Fuller for 3. Long. Nobody's crashing the boards, though.
Gave up an offensive rebound again.
Off the side of the backboard, rebounded by Summers. He's got 3 on 2 if he goes quickly. Goes up with the right hand, got the finish. Cuts the lead to 5, and 32-27.
The referee is warning Coach Cantor as he's running down the court.
I think Coach was really wanting a foul call on that as well. He's lucky that they didn't call Summers for a travel. It looked like he may have taken one too many with the Euro step.
That's a big change from when I played to now, that Euro step.
Ball goes up and in there by Fuller on the finish. It's a 7-point game, 10 seconds left. Vanderplug on the drive, couldn't get it to go. Rebounded by Hill. That's how our quarter will come to a close, 34-27 in favor of Conestoga. We are going to also quickly talk about one of our other sponsors, because tonight's game brought to you by 2 new sponsors tonight. And our second sponsor is Hands On Nursing. Your local Lebanon County resource comes alongside you to provide support and care served with compassion and respect. Our family has been providing personalized care to our neighbors for 17 years, and we've lived here even longer. We handle services as simple as light housekeeping and companionship to as complex as skilled nursing and hospice care. Our professionally screened and trained personal care assistants and nurses quickly begin services wherever and whenever needed. Medical facilities and schools also rely on hands-on nursing professionals to fill staffing gaps on short notice. They know that they can trust our caregivers to administer expert and compassionate service in any situation, and you can trust them too. So we are here tonight at New Covenant Christian School for a play-in game for the state playoffs. The winner will play Wednesday night in the Constellation Bracket Championship game and punch their ticket to the state tournament. Whoever loses, their season is over. We're about 8 minutes away from somebody being really happy and somebody being really sad. What are they saying to their teams at that break?
If you're Conestoga, you're just talking about finish it. Play what you've done all 3 quarters and just finish the game. And if you're Coach Cantor in New Covenant, you're saying, guys, this is 8 minutes for the rest of our season. And let's give it everything you got. Don't save anything for tomorrow. Just there's no guarantee that there's tomorrow.
Right. So they entered this fourth quarter trailing. Cedar Crest is also trailing as they enter the fourth quarter, 40-31, as they're playing Cedar Cliff in their district playoff game. New Covenant retains the ball. Hess has it, brings it in, finds Demler up top. Over to Vanderplug, down to Schaefer underneath. Schaefer went up, got his own rebound. Ball's loose, ball's rolling out. They call a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to Conestoga. And the Northern Lebanon girls are also down. They're losing 13 as they are entering the final 2 minutes of the third quarter in their matchup against top-seeded DeLone Catholic. So again, not a great night for Lebanon County basketball, but there is still time in all 3 of those games for something to change. So Strom's out on the wing. Had Bota on the drive, but he brings it back out. Pumps. Finds Watkins on the drive. Back out to Bota for 3 in the corner. It's short. Rebounded by Demler. He has done a nice job on the glass tonight. Summers all the way up, was looking for an and one.
Well, and he's got to be careful on that reaction. He doesn't need to get a technical at this point to hurt his team. He's going to get teed up.
He's got to be careful. You're right. He's been teed up earlier in the season, so I know that he can have his moments where he lets the frustrations get to him. We're going to take a look at that one again. Because they didn't think that there was a foul. It's hard to see on that where the contact was. The officials have a hard job. They are trained to look at certain spots, so I'm going to leave it at that they have a very hard job, and they're doing the best that they can out there.
And I'm going to just take a wild guess here and say, with all the contact tonight, there was a foul there somewhere.
Probably. There has been a lot of contact. It's been a very physical game.
And it's been both ways. It's been both ways.
Correct. Yes. They've been letting them play. They've been allowing some Summers with this, or that wasn't Summers, that was Hess with a spin. Ball is loose. Demler's got it. He shoots a 3 from the top. Bang!
That's a big shot.
That's a huge shot.
That's a big shot.
Because it cuts the lead to 4 now to 36-32. Big 3 there by freshman Braden Demler. Bota with the drive off the foot of Miller. Miller lost it. Summers has it. Finds Schaefer. He's looks to go the whole way. Absorbs some contact. Didn't get the bucket.
Whoa!
There's
collision at half course.
Yep, collision. Didn't see it. Then Schaefer tried to get in front there. Yeah, we saw something. Look at this. So let's see the replay to kind of see what happened.
Watch, Alex runs into him. I don't know. He threw a little bit of a shoulder into him there.
Yeah, it looks like he was frustrated with what happened down on the offensive end and kind of took it out there as he was running back down the court. Lucky that the officials didn't see that because that could have gone worse for New Covenant. Schramm hits a big 3. kind of quiets the crowd a little bit, extends the lead back to 7 after Demler had cut it to 4 with his 3. Vanderplag going for his 3 on the corner. Hess kicks it out. Nice tap out to Summers. Foul call there on Bota. We're going to take a look at that foul there on Bota.
He's holding his arms.
Yeah, when they do the rake through and there's a hand there, it's going to get called. Summers for 3. Big 3. Answers the 3 on the other end, cuts the lead to 4.
And if you're Covenant's coach, this is what you're scared of. You're scared that all of a sudden they would get hot in the last 5 minutes. And if you're Cantor, that's why you just tell your team, keep playing, and eventually these threes are going to start falling, hopefully.
Hopefully, and then you have the crowd on your side, but then we had a big bucket there by Wyatt Schramm. He hits that bucket. We're going to take a quick break with the score 41-35 in favor of Conestoga. We will be right back with you.
Life moves fast, and injuries can stop you in your tracks. At Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, we're here when life happens. From sprains and breaks to pain that won't quit. No appointment needed with our walk-in urgent care. State-of-the-art care, expert surgeons, and physical therapy to get you moving again, all under one roof. Trusted in Central Pennsylvania since 1972. Caring for families, athletes, and neighbors across our 5 convenient locations. Don't let pain slow you down. Visit OALFixedBones.com to save your spot online today.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast. LebcoSports.com is your headquarters for all things Lebanon County sports. Scores, recaps, and stories behind the athletes and teams you care about the most. When the final buzzer sounds, head over to LebcoSports.com and catch up on everything you might have missed. Then, make sure you follow along for what's coming next.
All right, so we're back with you here at New Covenant Christian School. Big game. We are getting down to crunch time. It's a 6-point game in favor of Conestoga with 5:23 left. What are you telling your team if you're Coach Cantner, Billy?
That you can't get it all back in one shot. So just you got to play defense. All of a sudden we hit a couple threes here, and you take it one possession at a time, get a stop, get a score, and just keep chipping away. There's 5:18 left with 3 minutes. You want it 5 or less.
Right. Summers on the drive, had it poked away. Kanakis has his ball still loose.
The other thing, as I'm a coach, I would be saying, don't get caught up in this. The refs are letting you play. It's a lot of chippiness. Don't get caught up in it, because the last thing you need to do is give them a technical and a possible 4 or 5 point play.
Right, because technical is 2 shots and the ball, and you definitely need to avoid that. Hill, short, rebound there by Navarro. Comes Summers driving, looks, steps through, went up. He's looking for a foul call, didn't get it. Needs to get back on defense now. Like you said, don't get caught up in that. Let that stuff go play.
Right.
There's a foul there. Looks like they called it on Conestoga.
And that really goes to, I know it's Conestoga's key to the game, but next play. Like, ref didn't call the game. That's part of the game. They didn't call a foul. Just move on. Hustle back and get a block.
And it was pretty evident from early on in this game that they were going to let some of the contact go, and I think you need to adjust and be prepared for that as a player. Schetzel has it, kicks it over to Demler on the wing. Thought about the 3. Back up to Demler on the wing. Summers was looking for it down low. I don't think Demler saw him. Schetzel has it back over to Demler. Finds Summers on the baseline. Goes up through contact. Demler with a big offensive rebound there. Brings it back out.
That was big.
Schetzel kicks it out to Summers. Thought about it. Demler tries his luck for another 3. Got it. That's his 3rd 3 of the night. None bigger than that one to cut the deficit to 3 now, 41-38. Big shot by freshman Braden Demler. Moment's not too big for him, even though he is the youngest one on the team out there right now.
Well, and that goes to what I said pregame, is just be yourself. He has that capability of shooting. Just shoot the ball.
Yeah, I think as a freshman point guard, one of the things he's been doing all season is facilitating and giving the ball to Ben Ryan. But without Ryan out there tonight, he's needed to step up a little bit. Big shot there by Bota for 2. Takes the lead back up to 5, 43-38. Schetzel kicks it over to Navarro in the corner. Demler's up top, finds Summers on the corner for 3. Big 3 there. Another big shot by New Covenant, found there by Demler. 43-41. Lead is now only 2. They are battling back. Demler's now playing some great defense up top on Schramm. Bota's got it, being guarded by Navarro. Crosses over, drives, kicks out to Miller for 3. Long, rebounded by Summers. They have a chance to tie or take the lead. He's going the whole way.
What is this call?
They called a bucket and one. Graydon Summers tied it with a chance to take the lead. Their first one of the game. We're going to take a look at that one.
Watch as he makes contact. Everybody in this crowd was just holding their breath. Was it offense or which way was it going, you know?
Everybody, you're right. I was holding my breath. The crowd was holding their breath. And then you saw the referee do the fist pump to the ground for the and one. Big play by Summers. And I'm wrong. It wouldn't be their first lead of the game, but it'd be their first one since it was 3-0.
Right, and Miller actually for Conestoga just fouled out.
Oh, that's a big one that I missed in all the excitement. Like you said, Miller, senior, fouled out of the game. That's his 5th one. Coach Kander calls a full timeout after the missed free throw by Summers. It's 43-43. We're going to take a quick break, and then we will get back to you to bring this conclusion. All right, so we're back as Conestoga's bringing the ball down the floor with a tie ball game at 43. Shot by Schramm off the mark, rebounded by Schetzel. Coming down, 2 minutes left, tie ball game. Demler out to Summers. He tries a 3.
Oh, that would have been a huge dagger for them.
Yeah, this place may have erupted had that gone in. But now with 1:50 left, New Covenant's got to find a stop and then go make a play down on their end, playing their ball, like Coach Kander had mentioned in pregame, to play their game and play every possession. Both hot.
Look at the difference. Look at the difference now. Look at how there's 3 or 4 white jerseys on every shot going for the rebound at this point.
We have a 30-second timeout called by Coach Kander. We're going to stay with you, though. We're going to talk a little bit about what we have coming down. So this game was New Covenant took an early lead, 3-0, and then they have not had the lead since, but they just have been hitting big shot after big shot in this fourth quarter to bring it to a tie game, 43-43. And this is something that this crowd is used to here at New Covenant, as both their boys and their girls programs this year have set school records for wins. And a lot of that has to do with the crowd here and playing in this facility. So they have to have some sense of calm about them as they enter this minute 30 remaining. Wouldn't you say so, Billy?
Absolutely. This is not a position that these boys have not been in before. But also this is this is the point where the crowd's starting to get into it a little bit.
Yeah, there's a sloppy pass there. It's intercepted by Schramm. So now Conestoga has the ball with 1:20 left. Tie ball game. Bota's been all over the place tonight offensively. He drives. There is a foul. He'll get 2 shots. He's been pretty solid at the line, but he hasn't had to take any shots with it tied and 1 minute left. So could have some pressure here. Got the first one. No pressure there. 44-43. Lincoln Hess comes back in for Schetzel.
This is a big possession. They got to box out if he misses this.
Yeah, you can't allow another offensive rebound. He made them both, though, so 2-point game. Don't need to get a 3-pointer. Just need to get a smart bucket.
Plenty of time.
Just a good bucket and a good shot. Thought he threw that one away for a second. Summers went the whole way to the rim. That ball went off of the court of the referee, off of Kanakis. I thought that was going off of Conestoga.
Unfortunately, in high school, we don't have replay, but I think the refs would be wrong in that call there.
Yeah, they can't challenge it. We don't have any challenges. So Conestoga with the ball, 1 minute left, up by 2. One thing I want to mention, now both teams are at the bonus, so any foul from here on out on either side is free throws. Did have a foul. You're going to send Boda to the line, who just made 2 free throws his last time. That was Hess's second foul, excuse me.
I'm really not sure what they saw on that last play down here.
Unless they're saying Kanakis went over the top and had the last contact, I don't know.
They're saying that he stuck his hand in there, but the other kid tried saving it from Conestoga, so I'm pretty sure it went out on him. But
missed that one, so it's
a
only
lot
a
of contact.
3-point game. And then they have a foul there on Boda. It's going to send Hess to the line, which is, as a coach in a losing situation, this is a good spot to be in. He's getting 2 free throws with the clock stopped. Chance to cut it to 1. They're 2 big free throws. It's going to be quiet. He missed that one off the back iron. Still has a chance to make it a 2-point game.
They got 6 players for New Covenant right now. Oh, okay. Now there's only 5.
Yeah, Vanderplot came off. Hess missed them both, and then he had a lane violation.
Yep.
He came in before it hit the rim. He knew it was short once it left his hand and wanted to get the rebound.
That's a tough one as a player. You know it's short. You want to go for it. You kind of understand those. You have to be disciplined on that.
That's got to be close to 5.
That's
They
5.
got the 5-second call. Oh, nope. They're saying that Conestoga got the timeout first. I thought the ref on the baseline called the 5 seconds, but the other official called a timeout. It's a full timeout for Conestoga. They are up by 3 with 45 seconds left. We're going to take a real quick break, and we'll be back with you for the conclusion of this game.
You better listen up if you want to keep his love. I'm going to show you just what to do.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay.
Life moves fast, and injuries can stop you in your tracks. At Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, we're here when life happens. From sprains and breaks to pain that won't quit. No appointment needed with our walk-in urgent care. State-of-the-art care, expert surgeons, and physical therapy to get you moving again, all under one roof. Trusted in Central Pennsylvania since 1972. Caring for families, athletes, and neighbors across our 5 convenient locations. Don't let pain slow you down. Visit OALFixedBones.com to save your spot online today.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for this wild finish here at New Covenant School. This game brought to you by LebcoSports.com and YG Productions. It's Conestoga's ball on the baseline. You can hear the crowd. They were pretty fired up as they thought there was a 5-second call in the end, but their coach Staller got the timeout just in time. Boda broke the press, gets it up to Fuller. 30 seconds left. You're going to need to get a foul here soon. Demler fouls Schramm, who's going to go to the line for 2 with the score 46-43. 3 in favor of the Conestoga Cougars. That's his 4th. That ball tried to go in 2 different times and it didn't. They put the lid on it before he shot.
If you're New Covenant, that's a lucky bounce for you or a lucky roll for you.
Yeah, but here like you said earlier, you've got to make sure you box out on these. Doesn't need to on that one as he made it. It's a 4-point game, 47-43. Don't need a 3, but you need a quick bucket. That's a good shot. Hess kicks it over to Summers. Summers for 3. He got it. It's a 1-point game. Timeout called by Coach Kantner. It's a 1-point game. Massive shot there by Graydon Summers, 47-46. We're going to stay with you. We're going to talk. We're going to take a look at that replay, and then we'll stay with you. As you can see, he didn't set. He just took it and shot and made it. Big shot there by Summers. He's made a lot of shots this 4th quarter and second half in general. Cut it to 1. It has been a battle. What's Coach Kantner telling his boys right now in that huddle as we can watch it and see?
Wow, that's a great question. I mean, what you got to do is you got to go for the steal. You try to get the steal, and then with a few seconds, you might be able to see if you can't get the ball, get a 5-second call, something of that nature. Get them to turn it over, and if not, then at some point you got to foul. And you hope that they shoot the 2 foul shots, and the worst that you're down is 3, and you still have 8 seconds or so of your own time.
And one of the things they really need to be careful about is who they foul and who does the fouling. Because Braden Demler, the sensational freshman who's had an excellent second half tonight, he's sitting on 4 fouls. So if it comes to his guy, I mean, he's going to have to foul out. But that's hard because
somebody's got to run over.
Because you don't want to lose him in a potential overtime. And you don't necessarily want to foul Botak because he's been lights out from the free throw line. So Demler thought about fouling there. Now he got a foul. Summers fouled him there. Demler tried to reach in. They didn't call it. Maybe the refs did him a favor by not calling it on him. I just saw him mouth, I thought I fouled out. Demler thought it was on him, but it's on Summers. Schramm going to line. He missed 1 of 2 last time. Would love to miss 1 or 2 this time. Made that one look easy, ice in his veins. Scores now 48-46.
This is a big shot here. Makes it a 3-point game if he hits it.
And he hit it. Nothing but net. Conestoga calls timeout. They're taking a 30-second timeout. Just to talk about it a little bit, 8.9 seconds. You need a 3 here.
Well, Conestoga should be making them catch the ball, moving away from their New Covenant's own basket. So what that means is make them run towards the ball being taken out. It takes more time to then come down the court. Don't let them throw to half court or anything and skip it. And then the next thing you're saying is no fouls and no 3s. If you give up a 2, it doesn't hurt you. So just don't foul on a 3. If they hit the 3 and they foul, that's a huge problem for them.
So what if you foul right on the inbound and put them to the line to shoot 2 instead of even having that possibility? Because it was a couple weeks ago, it was the Cedar Crest girls against Lancaster Catholic girls. Crest girls were down by 3 with 4 seconds left. Ellie Malinowski was dribbling. She pulled up a 3 and got fouled on the 3-pointer. Summers looks, shoots the 3 off the front iron.
Tough.
He had a chance. There was a good shot. They had a good look. Didn't get it. It's a tough way.
That's a tough one.
Tough way for this one to end. He had a chance. They drew the play up. Excellent throw down to the corner. We're going to take a real quick break, and then we'll come back, talk about the game, and show you some highlights. So we will be right back with you.
For joining us for tonight's broadcast. LebcoSports.com is your headquarters for all things Lebanon County sports. Scores, recaps, and stories behind the athletes and teams you care about the most. When the final buzzer sounds, head over to LebcoSports.com and catch up on everything you might have missed. Then, make sure you follow along for what's coming next.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to New Covenant Christian Schools. We just finished the game between the Conestoga Cougars and New Covenant Christian School Flames. Flames came up on the short end of that one. They battled. They were trailing the majority of the game, fought back in the fourth to tie it, had a chance to tie again with a 3 by Graydon Summers. Came up a little bit short. They fought hard. It will bring their season to an end with that finish of 49-46 in favor of Conestoga. The other Lebanon County games are really close. Late in the fourth, the Northern Lebanon girls are playing number 1 seed DeLone Catholic, and then the Cedar Crest boys are facing Cedar Cliff. So I'm Rob Gantz here with Billy Orr, who played at Lebanon Catholic back in his day, also was an assistant high school coach there at Lebanon Catholic. So, Coach, what did you see, or how did that kind of transpire there at the end?
That was a tough one. He had a good look at it, and it didn't fall. You know, there's some question there with 9 seconds. Do you need a 3? Can you get a quick 2 and try to get another stop? The play was a good drawn-up play, and they actually skipped it ahead, so he had plenty of time to take a dribble and everything. It just didn't fall for him.
Didn't fall. He had a couple big shots throughout the night that did fall, and that one just didn't happen to fall for him. Final score for the boys, Cedar Cliff won 55-49 over Cedar Crest to bring that game to a close. We have had an excellent season here with Lebco Sports Live. Big thank you to them and Dan Rao for helping us to produce these shows, but big shout out to YG Productions and their team operating the cameras and the production behind the scenes to allow us to show you all of the replays and excellent coverage. Their production is top-notch. If you haven't had a chance to see their production, please check out ygproductions.org. And we just have a final for the Northern Lebanon girls, DeLone Catholic 50, Northern Lebanon 42. So rough night for Lebanon County sports tonight. However, it's not over. The New Covenant girls will play here in this gym tomorrow night against Mount Calvary, who they just played a couple weeks ago in the CCAF playoffs and won that game in overtime. Tonight's broadcast couldn't have been possible without All Wine Carpet, One Floor and Home, and then also Hands On Nursing, our 2 sponsors that brought the coverage tonight. Very thankful to them to do it. We're going to look at a couple highlights here. As you saw, Graydon Summers just driving there. Then there were some of those threes. So we're looking at these highlights, and like I said, it was a rough night for them from the beginning. So
they got off to a slow start, and yeah, it came down to the shot at the very end, but it was with about 5 minutes to go that they kind of woke up. And if you're Coach Cantor, you can't win the last 5 minutes. They needed to be a little more alive in the first half. They kept it close, but it wasn't enough to pull it out. And everybody's going to look at this as it was lost on the last second shot. However, as a player and as a coach, there's a lot of things that happened throughout this second half and first half, really.
Yeah, and like you said, a player and a coach, things never truly come down to that last second shot. There's a lot of things that are in the build-up to get to that point that got you there. So we're watching some of the big threes by Braden Demler there. And he had a remarkable season as a freshman. He won the Lebco Sports Athlete of the Week one time as a freshman. So did Graydon Summers. He won for the boys' side. So just there's a lot of promise with this squad. They have chances next year with the majority coming back, minus Grant Kanakis and Ben Ryan. So they will have an opportunity to be back here next year doing the same thing. So we'll see how the season goes. That was a big 3 there by Kanakis that tied it up. there near the end. So just very thankful to have the opportunity to bring this to you tonight because of All Wine Carpet, One Floor and Home, and Hands-On Nursing, and also all of our friends at LebcoSports.com and YG Productions. So Billy, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you.
I was Rob Gantz. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we cannot wait to see you again at another production from YG Productions and LebcoSports.com. Have a great night.